Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, and today we are playing on the Australian PPP club again. We've got a 60NL table, table 1, 60NL table, table 2, and 60NL table on table 3. Sorry, 40NL, did I say 60NL? Not sure. This is in the Aussie dollar currency, so stakes are around half in sterling and not really sure what they convert to in. I think 40NL converts to about 25 NL USD, so I guess this is like 37.5, 40 NL USD, who knows, on the 60 NL tables. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. We're playing Aussie dollars and we're playing 40 and 60 and 40 NL. That's all we need to know. These games are incredibly good. This is going to be a very spam heavy video in terms of like trying to get you guys to come along and give the games a shot. Not only for myself, to try and make some extra affiliate money from a business, but also for you guys to come and try and pick yourself some low-hanging fruit in these very soft games. Straight into the action. We are behind. Not particularly phased by that. We might even get there. Why was that a chop? It wasn't a chop. We won. Was it a chop? It shouldn't look like it shouldn't have been a chop. No, it wasn't. We won. We got there. Justice was served in the end. Wonder what was going on then. Isolate the ace jack here. Check with the 5-6 over here. We flop a low end open ender. I think maybe we can stab this. Doesn't look like a board anyone will have hit particularly hard in a limped pot, but we get raised, so someone's telling me they like it. Do we call this raise? Guess so. Turn the nuts on table 1. I'm going to go with a check here, I think, and try and pop a little raise in at some point. Hopefully gets some more money in. Nope, sadly, no dice. I was hoping he might maybe have like a pair and a draw or something there. We're going to just check fold here on this turn with the 5-6 on table 2. Hoping we might get some action there. Maybe a king doesn't fold for $10 more. Maybe if he's got like a single heart with a king, he just never folds. And if he doesn't have a king or a heart, then he's just bluffing. Then we blow him off his bluff. But we want to be building pots. We got the nuts against someone who looks pretty loose. We want to be building pots. I mean, I guess we could just flat out barreled, but felt like a cute spot to go for a check raise. Meanwhile, we have people just getting it all in with ace 3, because that's what 71 VPips do. They just get it in with ace 3. I've only been playing on this club like 3 or 4 days, but the low-hanging people like this guy and this guy, yeah, they're not buying in big. They're only buying in for like 25 blinds or so, but quite often they'll spin it up and then just punt it off. Other times they're just pretty much just giving the money away. It's very, very low-hanging fruit a lot of the time in these clubs. And yeah, are you going to play some like really deep level poker? Maybe not, because you're going to be playing against a lot of guys who have like 30 to 70 big blinds. But what you are going to do is play against a good guys with 30 to 70 big blinds who are absolutely horrendous at poker and who make it very, very easy to get at their money. 49 VPip here, 77 VPip who's squeezed. Against 77 VPip, it's just not even a decision, it's just a pile of money in. And if he's got the cure for 2 queens, then good for him. Good for him. He hasn't got the cue for 2 queens at the moment. We know that much. Well, obviously going to check this back if he doesn't bet. Instead, he just donk jams with ace 4. Somehow manages to flop a gut shot, which is disappointing. But That's all he's got. Happy days. Here we go. 60 and L. Calls a 4-bet with ace 4 suited and just donk jams a good shot. Dumps about $60 on us. Need I say more? If you haven't reached out to me yet to take a look at these clubs, then hopefully that hand just 5 minutes into the video will get some of you guys salivating and in a rush to get in touch with me, because I've been seeing shit like that a lot. I think I've made something along the lines of 400 Australian dollars in less than 2,000 hands, which is obviously some heat in there. Can't deny that. But yeah, if my win rate in these games isn't way over double, way into double figures, then well, then call me Hilda Ogden. That's all I've got to say about that. You know, just call me Hilda Ogden and put a chamois leather in my hand, because so much low hanging fruit. I mean, there's no way of measuring BB per 100, but I'd happily prop bet that I could beat these games for like 12 bigs 100 over a massive sample, if there was a way of measuring it, and the game stayed in the state that they're in. Without question, if you do it right and you get on the right tables, it's and it's not hard to get on the right tables, by the way. It's quite simply the softest site I've ever played on in my life. It is phenomenal. Do we squeeze here with the King Queen? I think we do. Of these stacked depths. I mean, it's not guaranteed to be the best hand, but I'm willing to flip with either of these guys or whatever. I mean, there's already like 330 in the pot. I think we're going to squeeze here with the jacks too. That's way too small. I should have made that bigger, but I suppose it matters very much. We're committed versus both of these guys anyway, given what we know about them. I've flopped another set in a multi-way pot. That is just dirty. That just seems a little bit dirty. Going for the check too. Happy days. We're on again. Flopping sets. Hopefully stacking fish. Beautiful. A little bit more money there into the bank. Now that's just a cooler. I'm not going to pretend that's anything other than like, oh, look at these games, they're amazing. The guy's called a squeeze. Off the 50 blind stack. He's flop top pair, top kicker. Of course he's going to get it in. But it's a pretty delightful start to the video. Already up close to $100 in 8 minutes. I don't think I've ever had a hotter start to a video. This is my first real look at the 60 and L games. I've primarily been playing 40 and L so far on the site, but it's my first look at 60 and L. I thought, what better time to start looking than, well, it's Saturday morning in the UK. It's 10:27 in the AM on a Saturday in the UK, so I'm guessing that's something from late afternoon to late night in Australia, depending on what part of Australia people are living in, because it seems to have about 80 different time zones. Let's have a look at this table. If it looks a bit shite and dicey, we'll take the opportunity, and it doesn't look like it's one of the best tables I've ever sat at, so we'll take the opportunity to scan the lobby. Absolutely never see bet in that board in a million years against somebody with a 70 odd VPIP. That's not on my to-do list today. Just going to check this one down and let him win, I guess. Yep. So this is how the lobby looks. These are all the games that are out at the moment. Let's just have a quick count up. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23. 23 tables of 40 running. And 4, 6, 8, 9 tables of 60 which is obviously delightful. We're just going to jump on this table before the seat gets taken, and we'll have a look around, see if it's worth staying at. That's typical what I do. See an empty seat, then I'll join the table and then see if it's worth sitting at. 40 VPIP, 46, although no money, 37, 39 and 56. Yep, this one's definitely worth playing at. There isn't a nit amongst us apart from this guy, of course, who plays 1915. That's me. That's Reggie. What stats on this one? 1915 on this one too, and 1612 on this one. But that's biased by some of like the hands I played last week when I was playing on the iPad, not really struggling with the time bank a little bit, getting timed out a few times, playing very, very tight because I found it difficult, and I was in 2 pots at once whilst playing on the iPad. I think now we're playing on the computer. These two have both been like just playing from the computer. A much more reasonable reflection of how I typically play. Obviously not loads of hands, 470 hands and 416, but I already think that my stats are looking relatively accurate for my overall stats that I've seen a long time in Hold'em Manager and things. Obviously defending the 5-6 suited here with the wheel. Sadly, we do not hit our first nip. We've found 20%, and then back to the 40s and the 30s. I think we can live with one nit at this table, can't we? Easiest fold ever. So we do have some backdoor stuff. We would have liked to have tried to see a turn, but not versus a bet and a raise. I'm not sure how to tell my wife that I perhaps don't need the 2 tablets I bought recently. Spent over 500 quid on 2 tablets in the last month and a half, 2 months. Excuse me. And at the moment, given this is my new favourite club, I don't need any of them. I haven't quite plucked up the courage to tell her yet. And I probably never will. And just hope she never asks me. And to be fair, I don't often play poker during the daytime when she's up and about. But now I'm in this club, I'm probably going to start doing it. And she's probably going to ask, why are you playing on your iPads? And I don't know. I haven't got a suitable answer for that yet. Because the minute I say, oh, well, this new club I'm in doesn't really play well on iPads, she's instantly going to be result orientated and start fucking nagging me. Well, why the fuck did you spend £500 on 2 iPads in 3 months? And she won't understand that at the time they were good purchases, and now they're kind of redundant products for a while until a different club comes along where it's better than this and I can play on iPad. And if that doesn't happen and we just keep printing money here like we have been so far, then personally, who gives a fuck about the 500 quid we blew on the iPads? But she will. She will not see it that way. She'll accuse me of just rushing into things and blah, 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 blah. Well, what do we do here? Because against this dude, I'm probably not in good shape, but this dude's coming along revaluing our hand. It's an easy call, isn't it? Especially when you know you're going to flop 2 pair. Let's just hope we hold. Against, hopefully this dude's got ace-king. Looks like he doesn't even have ace-king when he checks. I mean, if he's got 3 aces, if he's got the last 2 aces, then absolutely fucking more power to him. And we're going to bet, because we need to get value from any ace exits out there. We don't, but the juggernaut keeps trucking on anyway. Just about we couldn't get more on there, but never mind, we still managed to Drag down the tasty enough pot. We're continuing. In the last video, we talked with Tom about maybe doing some forexing and stuff. I did some forexing to begin with, but I think I prefer 3.5xing. What are we going to do here? We're getting 4-1 pre-flop with a pretty miserable holding. And the two people we're most likely to win chips from don't have a lot of money, because we've basically liberated it from them. Go on, son. You keep chipping up against other people. So yeah, 3.5x. I think it felt I was getting just a few too many folds from fish with the 4x. So we put it down to 3.5x, and it seems to be working better. I mean, it's only half a big blind we're talking, but maybe there's like a mental thing in, like, well, people see the 4x and they just associate it with way more strength than they do the 3x. Don't know. Could be talking bollocks. But the 3.5x definitely seems to work better in terms of getting action from fish than the 4x does. Super trivial, easy check here with the top pair not flush drawn. No reason to bet. Be calling. Probably check folding ribbers. Unimproved, but we do improve. I guess now we just pile it in. Because he's never going to bet, is he? What can he possibly bet with? You can just check back all these sets, all these pairs, all these straights. Even if you had the Jack of Hearts, he's probably going to check back. I just don't see any way he bets here unless he's bluffing. So, pile it myself and just hope he's got something he just can't fold. Maybe he was too quick with the bet, I don't know. I don't know. I just think if we check there, he checks back all the time. And if we just bet like 1/3 pot, I mean, I don't know what he's going to call with. He doesn't. I mean, unless he's got the Jack of Hearts, he can't call. Let me try and organise my thoughts for why I did what I did there. If he has the Jack of Hearts, he's probably calling any bet size because he only loses to literally one hand. If he doesn't have the Jack of Hearts, then he's probably not calling any bets anyway. And if we check, I can't imagine, unless he's got some random stuff he turns into a bluff, which I don't think happens enough. I don't think we're going to be able to like get a check raise in. So basically I just went for the I've got the nuts, let's try and get paid option. Right, so this table's, oh no, I was about to leave, but we're very deep with the whales, so there's not a chance we're going to leave. We've run into kings here, so let's get the top uploaded early. You want to run it 3 times? Absolutely no chance, sir. Absolutely no chance. We're just going to try and spike something. Oh, he did as well. Fucking running pure. Running absolutely pure this morning. We're holding when we've got it. We're sucking out when we haven't got it. I don't think I've experienced this much heat in a video for quite some time. And I'm absolutely not complaining. Right, what do we do here against someone who's limped up a 20 blind stack with a king jack? I mean, we have to raise to try and isolate, right? That's just a no-brainer, isn't it? If he limp shoves, then I guess we're just folding. And this dude wanting to get involved, which wasn't part of the plan, but we're going to flop top pair, then we'll not complain too much. What do we do here? Usually when... the problem is I've been betting small, but... I think we're going to fold. We don't beat any value there. If he's got a value hand, then we're just crushed, you would imagine. And then, is someone like raising the turn there as a bluff? Yeah, of course, sometimes, but is that a line we see often enough in the micro stakes to justify like calling it off there? I don't know. I think maybe my sizing was shit. Maybe we could have just bet bigger on the turn, and then if we do get raised, then we have a lot more confidence in our fold and we get more value when we are in front. Maybe we shouldn't have gone with the small bet on the turn there. I've been tampering with my bet sizings. You can do it in here to like, I think we'll upset. And we'll go with 40% pot on flops in future, and we'll go with 2/3 pot. I like tampering around with things, just like mixing things up slightly in terms of how we're using my sizings. Just in case anyone thinks you've got a read on my sizings, then if we change them, I only change them like in a subtle way. So like, it's not really changing like how much value and not doing a lot of much in changing. Like, yeah, that's gone from like 60% to 66%. That's gone from 33 to 40. So it's not making a huge difference in terms of like how much value and getting them a bets, etc. But if someone does think, oh, this guy bets, somebody is paying attention and thinking, oh, this guy's got a size intel, he bets 33% with this, 40% with this, 60% with this, etc. Then they're not going to get that tell because I'm just tinkering with it every day and not really giving too much away with that. So we have the Queen 10 in a multi-way pot here. We could think about betting, but we do have some showdown value. We have a draw to the nuts. So I think checking back's going to be fine if we're allowed. Heads up, I'll bet this probably close to 100%, but I think multi-way, I think I'm okay with checking. Problem is we get blown off our hand too often on the turn when like, this dude just like stabs any random pair he's got. That we might have decent equity with our race king. Maybe we've got 10 outs here. We've got like what, 30% equity, close to. Maybe we even have the best hand still. But it's like, are we going to be able to get to showdown against him? Probably not. Maybe we just better to bet the flop there. Guarantee ourselves seeing all the cards and give ourselves some. I don't know. I don't know. These are one of the spots that I do find trouble with. Like when I've got a good board to like bet and represent, but I don't want to get blown off my hand by someone just like overplaying something shit. So then I check back, just make a shit weak call on the turn, give up river. Yeah, I think we're going to put like $5 more in there post flop. Probably should use that $5 to keep the initiative and give myself more chances to win the pot. Yeah, I don't like my line there. I think it's that the multi-way aspect of the hand kind of threw me off a little bit. Because heads up I would just bet for sure, but trying to get folds from two people, one of whom is a 77 VP, the other guy was like 40 something, wasn't he? Just didn't have confidence in getting folds from two people there with a hand that had showdown value. Which is why I took the line I did, but I'm not super happy with my line there. I think betting's maybe just a hair's bet. I don't think either's really good. I don't think betting's much good. I don't think checking back's much good. But we only have three options, isn't it? Well, two options actually, because we check to us. We can only check or bet. And I didn't like either of them much, to be honest. Right, I'm going to have a vape, and it's probably going to be noisy because I've got my headset on, so now might be a good time to mute the video for a few moments, and then when you see me doing this, and the cursor flashing round, if I remember, which I might not, that means the vaping's finished, and you can unmute. I'm moving the microphone up above my head from my headset when I am doing the vape, and I shall only move it back down when I have something that I think's worth seeing. Going to be playing the 6-5 suited here. I've been 3-bet, but it's small enough where I want to call, I think. So this guy's probably a regular. Not a great deal we're going to be able to do here, I don't think. He's going to have a lot of just like 2 high card combos in his hands. This board doesn't rate to hit him too highly, but we can't really bet and represent anything either. He goes with quarter pot. It's not going to do anything. If there's a heart on the board and a 3, then maybe we'd think about maybe calling and getting busy on some turns that were good for us, but on that board, in that spot, out of position versus a reg, in games that are generally pretty soft, just not a spot where we need to be getting out of line. This table actually looks pretty shit, to be fair, so we're gonna come off it in a moment. We've been 3-bet small by our friend here, so we're certainly going to take a flop with our king queen suited, and I guess at this point we're going to go broke because 2 aces on board. It's kind of hard for him to have one, or harder for him to have one, so we're just going to check down, and if he bets we're not going to fold, and now we're just going to bet ourselves. If he checks, he bets. Do we any value in going all in here? If he's got an ace, we'll pay him off. I guess he deserves it. He deserves it with his quads. Looks like he didn't have the ace though, so we maybe got a bit of extra value with our checks. Willing to call it off here versus this dude. If he jams it in, a good chance it might be steamed. I'm just going to flick the rest in. As long as these 2 guys don't come along, we're just going to be flicking the rest in here against him. And get it in reasonably good. I guess it's going to be a chop a fair amount. He wins one. Fair dues. Can't complain really. Can't complain. Table 1 here we led out in a multi-way limp pot, and then pretty unfavourable turn card after 3 people called us, so nothing much to do other than check fold the turn, I guess. And here we've got a 24 VPIP player who's decided he wants to limp under the gun, which you don't see very often, but we are going to leave this table. We're going to play our 2 9s, and we're going to leave because, I mean, 39, 37, 21. I mean, it's not a terrible table by any stretch, but I can just find so many better ones that there's just no reason to be at it. It's better to find a better 40. I'd rather have a better 40 in our table than a okay 60 in our table. We're going to bet here because we should have a considerable range advantage, and we can't exactly check call. Did not realise we had 2 callers, but never mind, we won anyway. And we're going to get off before we put our blinds in. And we're just going to join the first empty table. We first here with an empty seat that we see. And that one that had 5 at 60 in there, we didn't join it because that's probably the one we've just come off. So we grab this seat We'll check out our opponents afterwards, see which table we're staying at. 31, 49, 24, 31, 48. So yeah, we've got 2 people approaching 50 VPIP at this table. So definitely one that's going to be worth staying at. About 15 minutes to go, then I need to get dressed and go and collect our click and collect shopping, deliver it to various households, and then we're back in for the day. It's our weekly online home game tonight with all our friends. We have like a Skype party and play a tournament on PokerStars home games. It's a lot of fun. I typically don't do very well in it because I just get I just enjoy myself too much and just play hands I shouldn't be playing, and just enjoy. Try and put some. We got some really big nits in our game, so it's nice to try and put some beats on them and spoil their night. Not spoil their night in like a really like malicious way. Just fuck you, nit. Have a bit of that. It's always fun. Obviously appealing the King 9 suited here. And now we're going to be rooting for the all-in guy, because we're folding, but we want him to double if we can. We'd love to see him double here, or just take the pot down. That's fine. Probably rather see a fold actually. See him stack with that stack would be nice. Instead, he manages to, unfortunately for him, get the call from the pocket fours and be crushed. Does he have another reload in him? Sure does. And this is what you see a lot. You see a lot of these like really big whale guys, almost a bit like the spin-up tables on the Banzai tables on Unibet, or the spin-up tables on Sky only. Here they buy in, the min buying's 20, not 5 big blinds like it is on Sky, or 10 or whatever the fuck it is on Sky. So they can get deeper a lot quicker. They get the double up and a bit more. They can get deep quite quick, and then you have 70 V pips with 50 plus big blinds, which always a joy to see at your tables. We're just going to jam here as long as this dude doesn't come along. Maybe we're going to jam even if he does, if he just calls. Not expecting this two to fold. And we're in rough shape. We're looking for a jack. If not, we're going to hope the sevens hold, I guess. Did not hit the jack, the sevens hold. We got it in bad there, but I don't care. Well, I do a little bit. It'd be nice to drag down a $34 pot, but we didn't. Never mind. Oh, by the way, in case anyone's has done the mute thing, we've shook the mouse around. Kind of wish we stayed in this pot now with our top pair on flush draw, although the pot is literally fumes. Oh, we would have rivered a flush. But it looks like no one's got anything anyway, so we wouldn't have won anything. We are going to try and win something at this 40-0 table with our ace and king suited. Well, this guy's just min-raising the jack 4 off under the gun because he's having a lovely time. No button limping, sir. That's just rude. Pick up the peel from the big blind. Flop 2 pairs. Don't think we're folding here if he raises. I guess we just pound it in. If he's got the queen 10, then good for him. He can certainly have some worse value, I guess. If he's got queen 10 or pocket 5s, then fuck my life. He's got the ace jack. Give him a chance to run it 3 times so we can try and lock some up. And we lock all 3 up. Beautiful. Unfortunate turn card for our friend in the big blind there. Absolutely crushing it this morning. Not gonna lie, it's a lot of fun. Making a video where you just crush is a lot of fun. And I said it before, but for any guys new to my channel, I'm not one of those, well, I'm not saying one of those guys because maybe no one's doing it, but I don't make multiple videos and then just show the ones that show my play in a good light. I make one video a day most days and it's all done in one thing. If I play good and run bad, then that's what happens. If I play bad and run bad, then the video goes out. If I play good and run good, then the video goes out. It's just, it is what it is. But fuck me, we must have won 120 or more dollars in this session so far, maybe more. It's going to be hard to tell because we've chopped tables in and out, but we're at least like 80 up on these two. 40 here's 120, then I think we won a bit on the first 16L table too. Must be like 140-ish up. Which is a pretty nice 38 minutes work. Can't lie. And it's been a wonderful advertisement for just how soft these games are, even though, to be fair, there's just been a lot of like me coolering people and heaters involved. I'm rooting for the ace not to come here, I guess, so we can get the 49 VPIP guy doubled up, and he does. As you can see, all of a sudden now we've got like these two guys who both bought in for 12, but now they've got 100 big yeah, $12, 20 blinds each. Now they've got close to 100 big blinds between them, and shouldn't be that difficult to get at, given what we've seen so far. So yeah, it can be a bit. When I first joined, I was like, oh, these people buying in for like 20 big blinds, that's annoying. And it would be annoying if they were playing like a good short stacking strategy, because they just ruin the games. But they're not playing a good short stacking strategy. They're just really quite bad players, playing badly off 20 blinds, sometimes getting there and then playing badly off 40 blinds and 60 blinds, which is insanely profitable long term. You can just make so much money from these guys. I mean, you might think, oh, but I'd rather play deeper stacked, give me a better win rate, but it really won't. If you're playing with a bunch of guys who are just playing 50, 60, 70 VPIPs off 40 blinds, it's insanely profitable. And what's more, it's completely stress-free, because you're just never putting any really grim spots. You're never getting sucked out on in 300 blind pots and stuff. It's just an incredibly relaxing piece of piss grind. I'm just going to jam the aces here because he's squeeze versus under the gun, so he's probably just going to have a very good hand. And it's not like we can just make it, I don't know, 27 or something. Our hands still face up. Give him the chance to run it 3. I suspect he'll refuse it, but give him the chance. Try and lock up at least 66% of this pot and maybe get it all. Not sure what he's done there. Now we hope it's just the one time. No, he's gone for the 3, but never mind, we'll take it. Glad 110's dead already. Looking good for the scoop. We got the scoop. Maybe a plus $200 session now. Who knows? It'll be close. It'll be damn close. Plus 87 there. So we're up like 120 at the tables we know. Hang on, no, sorry. Yeah, we're up like 160 just from the evidence we've got. And we won one of the other two. It must be a close to plus $200 session. Which is fucking delightful. Probably the most in terms of big blinds I've made in a video in a long time, maybe ever, in a 45-minute video. Disappointing to get zero action from our friend there. We had the ace queen, but it feels very churlish to be expressing disappointment after this session, or during this session. Aces. Just doesn't seem fair when you get aces in these games and then someone just straddles. Doesn't seem fair. The wheels are going to come off sooner or later. Maybe now's the time. And given the session I've had, I don't even care if it does. We're going to be putting the big old squeeze in versus this. I've got the straddle and the two limps behind. We've been clicked back. Happy days. Who cares what happens now? We've done our job. Give this dude the chance to run it 3 times as well, if he wants. Not sure if he has or not. Kind of hope he hasn't now, but he probably has. It's good to see 2 hearts coming out. That's what it's good to see. That's 2 to the good guys. 3 to the good guys. Fuck me, we've won. Excuse me. We've run fucking hot in this video. Must be 220, 230, 240 up now. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Never seen heat like it. Oh, now he's reloaded for 40. I'm going to stop after this video. It's finished, which is a shame, because leaving this table is just what the fuck. Why would I ever do that? But as I say, we do have jobs to do. The wife and I have got to go and get our click and collect. We only have like a 2-hour window. It's now 11 o'clock. We only got to 1 o'clock to collect it. So much as I would stay at this table for as long as it runs normally, I'm afraid today that can't happen. Just going to call here. We don't want to blow this guy out of the pot and then like isolate ourselves against a 20v pit player. I mean, I guess we just call here and then just call down against this dude. I mean, we could justify just getting it in, maybe, even. In fact, fuck it, that's what we'll do. Oh, we're in trouble. Now, this really would confirm the heat. He wants to run it Well, yeah, we'll run it twice. He's run it multiple times against us. And he makes a straight flush on the first one, which isn't good for us, and he wins a second. So fair play to him. Nice hand, sir. We hit our out once, but it was the only diamond we couldn't hit to win the pot. You're not going to catch me complaining about that. Oops. Yeah, how can we possibly complain about that? So yeah, maybe down to below 200 now for the session, but fucking hell. Pray for Reg. Pray for Reg. 46 minutes, so we're done. We're going to leave every table next big blind, so that means this one now. So that's, I mean, I don't know what the account's all started on, but that's gone up nicely. One more hand at this table, aren't we? Two more hands at this table. Two more at this table. I think we'll put the straddle on both when we get the opportunity. Oh, I missed a chance to straddle, which is a shame. Either it didn't give me the option, excuse me, or I wasn't concentrating. Either way, we didn't put it. There it is. We'll put it on this table though. Maybe could bet there, but maybe should have bet. Try and block the river. Hope not to get raised. He just folds, so we win that one and leave that table too. And it does break my heart to leave that table. It absolutely breaks my fucking heart, but and then we're leaving this table too. So that's like not the balance we should be looking for here. So we started out on these accounts with 500 in each back in the week. So we got 344 on this one. That's $344 profit. $424, $559 Australian dollars profit in not very many hands, less than 3,000 hands, and we've made $550 odd. It's been good so far. I mean, it could be new site run good, new club run good, could be just general heat. Definitely because of getting in good games too. Yeah, it's just been wonderful. And if you guys want to join me, just reach out. Contact details beneath the video. Ideally Facebook. If you haven't got Facebook, then email, Skype. Check that maybe every 2 or 3 days. So you might be some delays if you try and contact me through Skype. But not many people do. But yeah, please do get in touch if you want to get into these games, and you will not regret it. But for now, we're going to leave it there. We're going to hope you guys stay safe. Wish you well. Take care, everybody. Take care of yourselves physically. Take care of yourselves mentally. Take care of those around you as best you possibly can. Please stay safe. And there's no video tomorrow because I'll be making a video for our home game. from that highlights package from tonight's game. We'll be back on Monday with another video. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Much love, and bye bye for now.